What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Guys of Texas. We are officially live, back in studio, from the game. The weather was fantastic. We thoroughly enjoyed it. Before we get to that, let's quickly get to our sponsor, SL Apparel Co. SL Apparel Company, Suck Less Apparel. They've been great. They've got this hat. As a matter of fact, you want to see what kind of hats they got? They got these. I know we talk about it all the time, but they've got the gray with pink hat. I guess you guys can't even see this, but that's okay. You can see it on stream. But they've got all these different types of hats. Use promo code GOT10, GOT10 for 10% off. That's slapparelco.com. Go get your hat now. Okay, we're back, boys. 38-7 Texas over San Jose State. Congratulations, Jono, for the, I believe, first ever official exact score prediction. Hold yourself accountable, son, okay? Yeah, as we've talked about. Let's go. It should have been 56-7. I don't know what happened in the second half. We just decided to practice, I think. But we'll get to all that. So before the game, let's talk about a little bit about stadium vibes. This was the first home game of the season. Had a lot of new stuff that we found, but as far as stadium vibes,
you guys get too deep.
Oh, okay.
You guys say it's your fantasy lineups.
Oh, that's a little late now. You're 12:06. That's a lot late. Good. Are you telling me that I missed something? Is that what you're telling me?
No, I just looked at the clock and I was like, oh crap.
Yeah,
keep going.
Okay. So yes, stadium vibes. We had a massive flyover. That I don't know what plane that was, but that baby was big and loud, and it wasn't loud until it got right on top of you. So,
the B1, I missed it, man. We were still trying to get to our seats, and dude, the corridors were rumbling like I don't think I've ever heard it rumble like that.
Yeah, it was quite crazy. As a matter of fact, there were people like I was actually. We'll talk about it, but basically I was waiting to go back into where we were sitting / standing, and like Vic Schaefer and all them are right in front of me, and they turn around, they're like, can you imagine just sitting there, you're just out in your front yard and that thing flies over and it's the last thing you see? Like, oh, I'm just dead now. Like, that would be a wild experience.
Yeah, I think it was crazy when it flew over because I didn't even hear it until it came over the top of that north upper deck, and then I was like, holy crap. I was telling Ellie, I was like, Ellie, look up, and he was looking, trying to figure out which way it was coming from. Like, that was an awesome flyover for sure.
That was the first time I've ever seen, like, I saw a whole bunch of Facebook message posts from like community pages or whatever where we was talking about how loud it was going across the city, just rumbling all the way like through Cedar Park and Leander and everything.
It's awesome.
Yeah, so we had the flyover, which I enjoyed that. We also had, they officially, for whatever reason, so they're doing construction in the end zone. To the left and right of the scoreboard now, they've got what appears to be media boxes, could be suites, but the bars are now gone from up top. The standing room areas are still there. We stood there, and as soon as the game was about to start, here comes security kicking every single person out of that top level of the standing room only. Makes zero sense, and they're going to have hell keeping people from standing there the whole time because there's a lot of people that like to stand up, and they're just going to have to stand in their seats, I guess, now because they will not allow you to stand up in what is designated as the standing room only area. So
took away our bar cabanas. Not happy about it.
Oh, that was the one thing that everyone was talking about up there was like, okay, like you take our beer, you take our spot. Like, what do we have left now? Okay, what do we have left?
Dude, that was such an ideal spot last year. You have the bar right there,
yep.
The restroom right around the corner from it, big open space, tables. It's such a cool vibe. And now with that media box there, you can't even see the screen from that corner anymore because you have these big white blocks in the way. So and it was kind of strange that they still, so it's tiered down. If you haven't been to DKR, guys, it's tiered down. So there's 3 tiers of standing room. Bottom one's like reserved for like, I guess, special sponsors and stuff like that. The second one they kept open for some reason the entire game, and it was pretty full throughout the entire game, but it's about a quarter of the size. And then that top one, we sat right there next to it, and you could tell consistently they were just having to keep people from walking up towards the front of that railing.
It might be because they're still technically under construction with that area, because they did have a security guard keeping people from going to those bathrooms that are up there. And so it may very well be that is just a construction precaution. We'll have to see, but that's gonna be interesting. So we'll have to keep an eye out. We'll keep reporting here, let you guys know exactly where we can stand for this season, because I am not a sit down guy, and I hate pissing people off. I get when you come to the game, like, you're standing, but you got old ladies and everything that can't necessarily stand. I feel bad a lot of times, so I need a spot where I can chill. There were a lot of celebrities on the sidelines yesterday. Jaden Blue made an appearance. Jake Majors made an appearance. Zach Brown, which we talked about this. I didn't realize he was engaged to Kendra Scott. Should have hit him up for tickets for the Sphere at the end of this year. He will be playing 5 different shows. Now. Yeah, that's. Hey, look at. Can we get him on to play a little concert out back? Like, Cora Morrow's fine and all, but like, you put Zach Brown there, and I'm there all day, every day. I don't care when it is. That man and his band put on a fantastic concert. So you got Zach Brown, and then apparently someone, I did not see this, but one of y'all put on there was another Mr. T sighting on the sidelines. Is anyone? I'm just now picking up on what that was. Someone put that in our notes, and the second I'm saying it, I know, but who was it? Who was it?
Put it on the notes, but I definitely thought it was obvious that I was talking about Weisner.
Okay, yes, it is. We will discuss. We will discuss that more down the road. Don't worry. We're going to save that one. We will discuss that. Dang it! I screwed that one all up. I was like, oh, Mr. T was there. Is he alive still?
Oh, pity the fool! I
don't even know if he's alive still. Okay. All right. Anyways, look, it was a long day yesterday. Had an early morning, had a early nighttime. I went to bed at like 9:30. I didn't even finish the game. I was so tired. All right, let's get to the game. Texas wins 38-7.
Wait.
Oh, you got
the whole reason I put stadium vibes on there.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Negative was.
There is one we skipped.
Dude, it is the quietest I've ever experienced a UT game. I was like, did y'all have the same feeling? Like, there was no atmosphere going on for that game. It blew my mind. Every second or third down, all of a sudden people would get a little bit loud, and then it'd immediately go back to like a freaking golf match. I was embarrassed for any recruit that was at that game. It was wild.
I was wondering. I mean, it did get a little bit better towards that second quarter, in my opinion, as far as the stadium volume. But that being said, I was just kind of trying to figure out if this was, it's coming off a loss, it being an early game. I know sometimes with the early games, but that being said, it's not like the stadium wasn't full. I mean, there wasn't that many open seats whenever you looked around, even right at kickoff. But yeah, man, I was a little disappointed because obviously I'm going to stand up and cheer the entire freaking game. And there was times where I felt like it was just me and a couple of guys in the whole entire section that were actually standing up cheering. So yeah, I felt the same way over there on the other side.
So I was with Zach, and we kept just being like the only two standing up and screaming. And I was like, dude, I need Jono over here to scream defense.
Oh, he was.
Literally
he was doing
the
it.
Two of us standing up in the whole section.
Jono was definitely doing it. Elliot was doing it.
Yeah, we got Elliot in on it. So I'm hoping it's just one of those things. It was an early game. Just everybody's a little lethargic to get going, and it was San Jose State. But I don't know. I guess time will only tell with the next few weeks.
I think it's twofold here. Well, go ahead.
Secondary aspect in my mind is I was literally one section away from the student section, and I still had that perspective of like, this is the quietest experience I've ever had at a UT game. Like, it was jam-packed student section, and they were which is weird. I watched the first half of the game over again this morning, and like all the TV footage, obviously they're picking the spots, but it looked like it was hyped. The student sections looked like they were going crazy. I was sitting next to them, and it was quiet.
There was definitely a couple times, like the field goal, I was like, oh, student section got hype on that one. Like there were a couple times in the game where they would get hype. And I think this is twofold. I think, number one, people were nervous. They were nervous to like actually see what kind of football, especially those first 10 minutes. Like those first 10 minutes, I'm ready to cancel the podcast and like, hey, we're going home. Like it's done. Like Texas is over with. Like that's part of the reason I think is there were a lot of people that were nervous. The other portion is it's San Jose State. They got down to $20 to get in the stadium. Like I think the nervousness added into that also. I think they don't get hyped for anybody that's not an SEC team or like somebody big like San Jose State. Everyone just comes into it and is like meh. Like I don't get it, and I don't know. We'll see. I agree. That one, the crowd was not. I definitely got to a point after the first or second, third down that we had, they got quiet like the rest of the game, and it got to a point to where, especially after we scored a few touchdowns, like it coasted. But yeah, no, we've got to change that in our culture with the fan base. Like they're just not loud. Like A&M prides themselves in being loud. They're loud. The problem is their football team isn't very good. So there's a difference there. Our football team is good, that we think. And we'll talk about that a little more. But I agree with you. The crowd was lackadaisical. Also, Texas has heard our cries about Thunderstruck. They did play Django Walker.
I was gonna say whoever was on Ox yesterday vastly better than last season.
It was great. Yeah, I heard some Luke Combs in there. Like it was good vibes in there so far.
We got some Mo Bamba in there.
Yeah, did they play that? I didn't hear that portion. I didn't hear.
Yeah, they got some.
Obama, yeah. Yes, I said no Taylor Swift. Thank God.
Well, don't hold your breath there. The Django though, number one, the song lasted too long into the break. Like you got to be able to clip it to where it does it right and it cuts off at the right time. So they got to work on that. I don't know if Django Walker is the play there, but it is better. It is much better than Thunderstruck. Like people get into it more with Django Walker. OU Sucks was cool.
Such a good vibe.
I did too. I like the vibe better. We just need something. I guess that's what we need. I mean, we just need a sing along like OU Sucks, all that. Like, but we're gonna have to revamp that song a little bit. I think he's done it twice now. I think he's changed it, right? And he made a second version of that.
Yeah, I didn't know. I was surprised he had SEC opponents in there.
Yeah,
compared to the original. Yeah, it caught me off guard a little bit, but I liked it. I mean, nothing's going to compare to like Dixieland Delight.
Yeah, that's the problem. Like that's the pipe dream I'm chasing. That's so cool. Like we were talking about, I was talking about that with Mike with Last Stand Hats because Django Walker came on. He's like Django Walker. He goes, I'm going to AI something. I was like, no, like this is better than Thunderstruck. Like Thunderstruck is just way too outdone. Like that song's got to get retired. So I do like the change. Anything else from the atmosphere? I mean, overall, like I think you went down to the Boulevard before the game, Jono. Did you? Did you like check anything out down there?
Yeah, we walked around maybe about a quarter of it. I mean, it seemed cool. They had some stuff that looked a little bit different. Still the same carnival type vibe. It's just if you're going to go down there and do Bevo Boulevard, you got to get down there early.
Oh, yeah.
Getting down there when we got down there after the podcast at 10:15 or so, it was just wall to wall people. So you didn't really get a chance to do anything, but just walking around checking everything out was cool. It seemed like they kind of revamped some of the areas with some newer stuff, which was cool to see. So, but overall, yeah, it was still a fun vibe down there.
All right, so let's get to the game now. 38-7, Texas wins. We'll talk about the first quarter. Well, really, we're just going to focus on Arch real quick. Those first two drives, I will address the rumors that are coming around here in a minute. But as far as the actual game portion, the one where I was like, "Oh no," was that throw to Wingo, the first deep throw to Wingo. It was such a force ball. Like I don't even know what he was thinking there. It looked like Wingo also gave up on the play before the ball was even in the air. Like the only person that had a play on that was a defender.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm
that
thinking
was
of a
that.
different
No, yeah, you're not thinking of the one that hit Wingo's hands directly in the middle and then just completely dropped it. You're not thinking about that one. We'll get to that one in a minute. But this was that first deep throw that he just threw to like nobody really, and it was a forced thing. Like I don't know if he had an open lane to run. He started to pick that up over time. I think once he got the pass to Livingstone for a touchdown, that deep pass, get the monkey off his back with the actual touchdown. It looked like he settled down a little bit, almost a little too much. Like he was spending a lot of time in the pocket, in my opinion. But what about what for Arch did you guys see from yesterday's game?
It seemed like he was able to. I mean, yeah, the first 10 minutes, like you had already said, was just, is this what we're going to be dealing with all year? Like, it was a lot of nerves. But I mean, he was able to settle down, get some stuff going. It was really nice to see him use his legs a little bit for that one touchdown. Um, Dude, there's still just a lot of stuff that I'm really surprised as a guy who's been in the system for 2 years and has the pedigree that he has, that he's still doing, like throwing balls into the dirt and stuff like that when he's not like scrambling and evading and not able to get a good arm angle. Like he's still throwing things into the dirt that are just like really surprising. So some improvements I was happy to see, some comfortability, but still just like, how is a Sark produced quarterback still struggling with some of these things at this point? So, you know.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It seemed like some of the deep balls were very premeditated. That he already made up his mind that he was going to go there, and then kind of piggybacking off of the amount of time he spent in the pocket is just not going to work against better defenses than San Jose State. You're not going to have 6, 7, 8 seconds to sit back there in the pocket like he was doing. So he's got to be a little bit more decisive and make his reads rather than. I feel like there's so many times that he just, as soon as he hiked the ball, he had one guy in mind the whole time, and he never really scanned the field. But overall, I mean, heck of a lot better offensively. It's just kind of strange how popped off for about 5 minutes and then just went ice cold pretty much the rest of the game. Very, basic the rest of the game, I guess you could say. So, I mean, better, but there's obviously a lot of room for improvement on that offense.
Yeah, the I don't know. I was asked actually. We were walking back after the game, and some guy stopped me. He's like, "What do you think of Arch?" I was like, "I mean, he's okay, but he's like that pocket time was unreal. Like great for the offensive line to be able to handle that, and be able to give him that time. But he's not going to have that much time against Oklahoma. He's not going to have that time against a lot of these SEC defenses. So now some of the play calls, I'm sure they're using to just to kind of get him comfortable and let him be able to read. I think that's. I don't know what happened in the second half. Like we just didn't drive the ball. I mean, Arch played the entire game, and we just weren't doing the same things that we were doing in the first half. However, the defense is really what was setting up Arch the whole time. I mean, what was it? 4 touchdowns in 5 minutes that he scored. I mean, that's not because of Arch. I mean, it is to a point, but the defense really stepped up there, and we can segue kind of into that. Defense for me, you had the Ohio State game where the run defense looked fantastic, and then all of a sudden, San Jose State, their first drive, they're doing nothing but run all over us.
Yeah.
Those first couple drives for San Jose State, I'm like, oh, we lost our defense too. Like, where did everybody go?
I mean, I feel like I've been really negative this morning in my own head. Like, I kept just telling myself as I was rewatching the first half, so like, I don't see an elite aspect on our team. And like, yeah, you can nitpick and be like, oh, well, in the Ohio State game, this portion of our defense played well or stuff. But just like overall, like this team that's no one will shut up about talking about how much talent is on this team. Like, what is performing at an elite level on this team right now? And like, it's hard to pick a spot because, dude, they had the outside. San Jose could throw that outside route all day long, and we had no answer for it. They were running up the middle on us, and I'm just like, this defense has been talked about how phenomenal our DB class is, and like, they just over and over and over the same pass, no answer. And so I'm trying to get out of that headspace of just being so negative, but I was super frustrated. Super frustrated.
Yeah, I get the frustration for sure. I mean, we have these guys that are all Americans and considered game wreckers, and I feel like we're still kind of looking for that one guy to step up on the defense and be the overall leader, which I know Taft really is, but I just feel like Taft's been really quiet this year too. But that being said, defense still forced 4 turnovers, which we were looking for. That's what we were looking for today. We really wanted to see that sluggish start from the defense, but they really did kind of hone in and get those turnovers, which was good to see. But it just, yeah, it didn't have the feel overall in that game like you wanted to. It did in moments, but it was only 7 to 10 plays that really popped off. I feel like other than that, it was very just kind of a blah game, in my opinion. But one glaring thing that I wanted to kind of touch back on offense was and defense a little bit is 12 penalties for 115 yards is absolutely absurd. I don't understand how we had that many penalties coming off a week where it should have been, a week of hell for these guys after that loss. And a lot of these penalties were just such like basic mistakes that we made that really nullified multiple big plays offensively. So that was one thing that I was super disappointed to see was just those penalties, man. It sucked.
Yeah, the Sark's post game or whatever, and he's like, I guess I'm gonna have to have my foot in their butt this week. I'm like, you didn't already do that after Ohio State? What are you talking
that should have been at halftime.
about?
Yes, I agree. The penalties was absurd. Now, the one we saw it coming, that first punt, we were like punt block, and they started lining up, and I mean, that one that's one penalty for 15 yards. That one like is a practice type thing. Like I'm not really upset about that one. The rest of them, yes, but the penalty like running into the kicker and stuff, like I'm not worried about that one. That wasn't a that was a all right, let's make sure that we still got it on special teams in case we need this later down the road. So I wasn't worried about that one, but the rest of them, it was like, what are we doing? Like there were so many touchdowns that were called back for penalties, and that like those are points taken off the board multiple times. So the other thing that
Colin
killed,
Simmons too, man.
dude, I don't get it.
I don't get it either, man. What is he doing?
I got a little worried when he was sitting on the laying down on the field. Um, on that what was that fourth quarter. Like I was like, oh, no, because he looked like he was grabbing his leg, and
Yeah,
it was yeah, it was. I need everyone to be healthy still, but the sad part is, and the reality is, most of our starters played the entire game on both sides of the ball.
dude, on that note, I haven't seen anybody report on it, but Jalen Gilbo went out of the game in the fourth quarter, and he like Zach was the one that noticed it. Gilbo was on the side like freaking out about something with his hand, and they're like, "Oh, maybe he's got a dislocated finger." And like we go back, watch, like come back 5 minutes later, and he's got like 3 trainers around him, and he's still just like jumping up and down, holding his hand and freaking out. So I don't know what happened to him, but it seemed like more than just like a dislocated finger or something. So hopefully we still have Gilbo.
We will,
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't heard
yes.
anything on that yet.
Yeah, no, we will talk about, I guess, while we're talking about that, Arch. There are videos of Arch wincing as he throws the ball, and I watched the one. I haven't seen more than one video, but there was one where he is, like, the second he's throwing it, his face. And I saw an interview of them asking him about it after the game. They were like, they asked him, so do you just normally, like, just automatically wince like that normally? He goes, yeah, I guess so. I didn't even know it was happening. Like,
Hmm.
so it, the question and the answer was like so like boom boom that it was like okay, let's move on to the next question. And it was like, is there something here that we don't know about? Like what's going on there? We do have a bye week after these next two games, so
I saw that clip and I really didn't think much of it. I thought it was like he threw a bad ball, and I thought the face
that's
was in
what
reaction to him throwing a bad ball.
that I mean it was
Um,
literally as he's throwing it though, so I don't know if it's like, oh, I
well,
shouldn't be throwing this direction, like I don't know. Like it's something we will watch, but I mean this was a story that happened that came up last week, and like I on Texas brought it up at the end of last game. that they said they have not seen any reports, heard of anything about Arch being a shoulder injury. Like, that's just rumors. And then these videos are coming up. I don't know. It's something to watch, though. Are we hiding like we did with Quinn injuries? I don't know. I don't know what the benefit.
I just don't see Sark in that team putting Arch in a situation, especially against like San Jose State and UTEP. It's like I wouldn't think that they would put him out there injured. If he really was injured, what's the point? Like, if you're gonna set a guy for having an injury, dude, set him right now during this part of the season to have him ready for that back half of the season. But yeah, I don't know. It's weird because I feel like you looked at Arch's throwing motion again, and it would kind of make sense why he's coming so low with the ball on a lot of these throws, which I feel like came out of nowhere, in my opinion. I didn't really see him having much of a sidearm since he's been with Texas, but he seems like he's doing that like flick a lot where he's not bringing the ball up past his shoulder. So, I mean, that's kind of one of those things where you're like, well, if it is some kind of shoulder injury, it's like, God dang it, dude. But it's just like, I don't think that the medical staff and Sark would push him out there like that, though. But that's just my opinion.
They push Quinn out there. I mean,
to
we
a certain
know that
extent,
for a
and
fact.
then they
have a history of hiding injuries.
Yeah.
Were these hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's a little weird. And, I mean, if it's a rotator cuff, you're not going to make it any worse by playing.
Yeah,
He was doing that same throwing motion last year, though. I remember seeing highlights, like, play ended up working out, but I remember thinking, like, the mechanics on that throw are weird, where he's just, like, keeping it with his shoulder and throw it, like, he's not extending his arm.
It's a Patrick Mahomes era. Patrick Mahomes era.
Something to watch for sure. Did we ever kind of segue over to another injury or something? What's going on with Wisner?
No idea.
Have y'all heard anything about that?
No, we just can confirm it's not a neck injury. That's the only thing. Only thing we can confirm is it's not a neck injury, and we will go over that here in a little bit. But no, I didn't. I don't know why Wisner. I don't know if he just got banged up last week and they're just resting him. They said it was precautionary. Didn't say what it was, but again, here we go with like the secretive, like, oh, by the way, we're just not going to suit up Wisner. He'll be fine though. It's like, okay, what's going on? We need something.
Yeah, you would think if any running back was going to be sitting out due to precautionary reasons, it would be the guy coming off a season-ending injury last year with Baxter, and then he carries the load for I think 16 carries, plays most of the game. So, yeah, just some head scratchers for sure. That I get the speculation and the conspiracy on all this stuff because it's kind of hard to avoid it at this point when you're looking at some of this that's going on.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Baxter and bad performances, I need to take accountability. I need to do better. I didn't hit a single leg of my parlay. Baxter started it off by not getting a single touchdown, and I didn't hit a single leg out of 5 of my super picks.
Ouch.
I went 2 for 2, or 2 for 4. I had Arch had 19 passing or completions. He needed 19 and a half, so we needed one more. Baxter hit over his 60 and a half. More was 50 and a half. No, that one that I had was Livingstone touchdown. I had DeAndre Moore, who is the one that killed me on that one, along with San Jose State. But DeAndre only had like 30 passing yards. Baxter hit his rushing yards. And then that Sedero guy on the other side had over 49 and a half receiving yards. So, yeah, I was 2 for 4.
Dude, the easiest leg on my ticket yesterday was Bryce Underwood for 9.5 rushing yards. I think he had -1 yard.
Dude,
that was crazy.
Yeah.
Last thing on the game, did we talk about the third down conversion rate?
No, we did not bring that up.
In fact, we went 2 for 12 on third down against San Jose State. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's ugly, man.
I'm not one to sit there and hit the panic button like this early in the season, but from what I have seen so far, there's shades of greatness, but there's a whole lot of darkness right now surrounding this team. Like there needs to be a lot to pick up because I am not near as confident as I was this time last year after playing 2 weeks. Sure, we beat Michigan, so it was a different high, but even playing Michigan right now, I don't know if we blow them out like Oklahoma did. Oklahoma looked pretty decent. I don't think Michigan's that good of a football team, to be honest, but I mean, Mateer probably had a lot of money riding on the game yesterday, so they played well. I don't know. Who knows? But
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest thing for me looking at this Texas team this year is I feel like there's no identity to this team. And we're 2 weeks into the season. I get it, but I feel like last year we already had a swagger about ourselves going into Ann Arbor. There was some kind of confidence to the team. And this year, I just feel like I'm just looking for these leaders to be more outspoken. It's just I'm not seeing that. I got frustrated because I'm like, dude, I want to see a quarterback on the sideline or a linebacker on the sideline chewing out his team, getting the guys, motivated after a sluggish start. And I just feel like everybody's just kind of sleepwalking right now. Just need some passion, need some leadership, need an identity. I think is the big thing right now for us. And it's a little troublesome to see, but I still think this team has the pieces. I think they can put it together. But you got a couple weeks to figure it out here, man, and it's not going to get easy in the back half of this season.
yeah, I agree. I'm in full blown panic mode though. Like I just can't get off of that. Like it's yeah, not excited.
Like
about
I said,
that.
yeah, I'm trying not to be Mr. Negative, but I'm having a really hard time.
All right, so anything else on the game? Anything else as far as downtown? Anything you guys want to talk about there before we move on to the next segment?
I mean, I'll still stay in my negative. Dude, not Wisner. I'm
Wingo?
going to draw a blank right now. Wingo, thank you. Dude, Wingo's got to be better. He's supposed to be this, like, elite wide receiver, and, like, all preseason they're talking about, like, dude, he's making catches. I'm like, why are we not seeing any of this? Like, yeah, he's getting overthrown some, but some of those balls, I'm still just like, you're not putting an effort on these. And I'm not talking about the one that hit his hands. You got to drop. I got it. But some of these other ones, like, I'm not seeing effort out of you as the guy who's a 5-star. Like,
Yes.
yeah.
The speed wise, even like on the field, I'm just like, it's kind of meh.
Yeah.
Like
Dude, I'm very much to that point where I really hope Sark gets some of these younger guys some looks at this point, because I feel like I'm right there with you. DeAndre Moore and Ryan Wingo have been disappointing to start this year, and I'd really like to see some other guys get some looks just to see what would happen. We've got a lot of talented freshmen sitting there. I don't really understand why they're not getting, especially in a game like this. I don't understand why you're not getting in the game and getting a few reps. And
after that first drop, John was like, put him on the bench rest of the game. Like, there's no reason Sark didn't put him on the bench. Fine. You don't want to catch the ball? Fine. Sit on the bench. I got plenty of other people to step up. And he put him back in the game multiple times. I agree with that.
I was pissed about it. I still stand by it.
I agree with it.
I was heated in that moment, but I'm like, dude, you got to wake up this guy somehow. And I feel like in that moment, it was some tough love needed to happen. Be like, dude, you got 5-star recruits that are in there nipping at your heels. You're not showing you're the number one guy.
Yeah.
It's crazy
right.
that Livingstone is doing what he's doing right now. I mean, it kind of blows my mind that he's taken over and done as well as he has these first 2 games. I know that him and Arch seem to have a good connection, but I did not see him coming in and leading the wide receiver core going into week 3 by any means.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to you guys for both calling him Livingstone too.
Yeah. I was being corrected. I even Mike from Last Stand Hatch was like, no, it's Livingston. I was like, no, it's not. Trust me. I have to
I'm pretty sure they said
Livingston. They said Livingston multiple times. He's like, there's no E. I was like, yes, there is. And I pulled up my sleeper bed. I was like, look. He's like, the E's silent. I was like, oh, okay. So, speaking of, nice segue. Let's move right into the Longhorn Runway presented by Last Stand Hats. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, yeah, we're golden. They do have the new Doodle hat. They call it the Man Series, which is the Marlboro pack. So go to laststandhats.com. Use promo code The Guys for 20% off your purchase. We are doing a lot more with them now. So make sure to go to laststandhats.com. Use promo code The Guys for 20% off. Get your hats now. Let's see what we got for the fashion show this week, boys. All right.
Favorite part of the week, dude.
Wait, did I? Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. Arch, bland again. Like, schoolboy is like, I don't know. Like, we need some flash here, bud. Like, what are we doing here?
I'm trying to wait for it to catch up so I can see what you're
Oh,
seeing.
y'all can't. Oh, y'all can't see it. Okay. We're going to have to figure that out.
It's a little delayed. Okay, I just saw it.
Okay, the first one is Bowmeister, so ignore that one yet. Or not Bowmeister, it was Livingstone. But, yeah, Arch has got the prep outfit on.
Looks like a freshman frat.
I was about to say, very, very SEC frat of him.
Yep, correct. All right, so we'll move on to the next one. This is my favorite one. This man, holy smokes. Plaid, on plaid, with the white cowboy hat. Yeah, I know. So I'll flip it here in a minute. But Parker Livingstone, who I believe that is who this is. I'm 99% sure that's who this is. Okay, good. Yeah, so he looks good. Also,
did you say Livingston?
I did not say it. Look at you can go back and look at our beginning one where I'm like Quinn Ewers. Yeah. So I'll never get made fun. I'll still get made fun of. I'm gonna screw somebody up. But Zach Brown with the fresh boots, just the normal black tee. Kendra Scott looking right on the other side, but happy to have Zach Brown as a fan of the Texas Longhorns. I'm perfectly okay with that.
So, I looked at the comments, and he was getting a lot of heat in the comments, and a lot of hate in the comments. And I was gonna see, is there any reason that y'all can think of? Does he support another university?
I mean, yeah, I could guarantee you he's a Georgia fan.
Yeah,
could guarantee you because Atlanta, Georgia.
Like all the comments were like, "Who is this dude? Get him off the field! Like he doesn't deserve to be out there." I was like, "Oh dang!" And that's like the number one comment here.
That may be.
He's a Georgia fan, and he also has had some other.
Yeah, I think he had a lot of
relationship-related stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So yeah, no, I don't care. I love his music. Don't care. Like, yeah, I'm on board.
I mean, I don't hate it. I just was wondering if I was.
It is.
Something.
I do wonder. Like, I'm pretty sure he's a Georgia fan. Like, I think he sings about Georgia Bulldogs. In his for sure sings about Georgia. I've been to his bar in Atlanta actually, where he first made it. And you go into that thing, you're like, what? And it looks very similar to what was that? Haymaker. Looks very similar to that. That's the size, like very tiny. And I was like, oh, this is where Zach Brown made it his big debut. Okay. You did have Michael Taffy. He had the 48 hanky for the Ellinger memory there. Yeah. He will always be the child face, like preppy boy. Like it'll happen. Sark couldn't find the full picture. What'd you say?
Looks like he's going to prom.
Yeah, agreed. Sark got rid of the shoes, the sneakers, put on brown dress shoes. The pants matched the jacket. I think this was a cleaner look. Get away from the shoes. You're not that hip. Get the. I need the business Sark in. He went full business this time.
That was cleaner for sure.
And then we have the loser of the week for outfits, at least on the sidelines. What in the hell is Weiser doing? Like, what? Why are you wearing that? There were so many memes of Mr. T, of like the Pharaoh gods. Like, just, I don't understand. Everyone's talking about NIL money. He spent all of his NIL money just on that. I don't get it. Like, I mean, I'm not as cool and hip.
They asked, and apparently he was wearing the chains of all of his teammates. because that big chain with the circle on it was Baxter's chain. And apparently, what they were saying is before the game, all the guys didn't want to leave their chains in the lockers room, so Wisner just started putting them on. And so it was all the guys' chains from the team.
No, I'm not allowing.
That's what I'm hearing.
Not allowing that. No.
I love the narrative more. They just spent his whole life.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Okay, that was the Longhorn. That was the Longhorn Runway presented by Last Stand Hats. Go to laststandhats.com. Use promo code The Guys for 20% off your purchase. Go there now. All right. You guys got your hungover horn of the week and your horniest horn of the week. So
yeah,
you betcha.
We'll go with hungover horn. Please don't use the obvious actual hungover one last week with a DWI. We'll not use that one. But who you guys got for the most hungover horn of the week? Jono, we'll go with you first.
I'm going to go Wisner because I feel like maybe he legitimately was hungover and that's why he didn't play.
Valid point. Yep. If you guys have pictures of him, actually don't post those. No. Why are we drinking in the middle of the season? It's still pissing me off. I don't get it. All right. Wisner. Seth, who you got?
I'm going to go Colin Simmons. Offsides. He's just not playing like he's supposed to be. He's got to get right. Get off 6th Street.
Agreed. Mine is for sure going to be Wingo. Like, I don't know if he could see the ball, why he's not catching the ball. Like, he finally, on the back end, got a little bit, but clearly was hungover. That route that he ran, where it was a terrible throw by Arch, but also the route was terrible. I don't even know if that was a broken play or what, but Ryan Wingo was my hungover Longhorn of the game. So now we will move into the horniest horn of the week. Seth, who do you have for the horniest horn of the week?
Thanks for going to me first because I didn't think he would last. I'll take Livingstone.
Okay, there we go.
He's putting it out there. I love it. He's blowing all of us away. I would think he's killing it. So horniest horn.
Jono, who you got? He's still looking. I can see it.
No, I had a couple guys that was what I was thinking about, but this one is a little bit tough. But there was one guy that I did see during the game that I had to look up, because I was like, who is this dude? I feel like he's doing real well. It was Watson on defense, sack and a half. I feel like I haven't really heard or seen much from him. And he got in there and dude, he was making plays in the backfield multiple times in that game. And I was like, kind of caught me off guard. But I'll go him, man. Give him some love for a good game.
Horniest horn of the week for me is going to be Mason Shipley with a 47-yard bomber. We got a kicker, boys. I mean, sure, it's only one, but it was Seth. I was over next to your sections trying to find somebody, and I walked up, and as I walked up, I was like, oh, we're kicking a field goal, and I just videoed it, and I was like, we made one. All right, boys, we're so back. Mason Shipley, which actually apparently is from Liberty Hill. A Liberty Hill boy kicking for the Longhorns. So
he looked good, man. He could have definitely made it 55. He had a leg on it. So I wish they would have gave him that one where, which kind of rewind a little bit. Arch threw that deep ball where he could have pulled the ball down and ran it for 5 or 6 yards and would have got us in field goal range. Instead, he threw a deep ball that shouldn't have been thrown. And then we ended up having to punt the ball because it was going to be about a 58-yarder. But I'm like, dude, take the 5 yards right there and give our kicker a chance to make a long field goal. But that being said, I think Shipley looked pretty good so far. I mean, it's hard to tell because he hadn't had that many looks yet, but the 47-yarder looked nice.
Absolutely. So
on the topic of kickers, dude, San Jose State's kicker, he can't make a kick to save his life. Like last week, he missed 2 game-winning field goals to beat Central Michigan, and then could not even get close against us this week. Like, dude, that guy I would hate to be in the locker room with that guy.
Just while we're on the topic of kickers, did not know Martin Grammatica's son is the one that put away the game for South Florida yesterday against Florida. Nico Grammatica. I just saw the last name on the
That's right.
jersey, and I was like, oh my god, we got another Grammatica era coming. I can't wait. So yeah, good for Nico. Also, we need to have a kicker segment. I guess. I mean, kicks of the week. Kicks of the
Picks
week.
of the
boys.
week. Ton of the week.
Oh, I mean, yeah. Didn't have many good ones of those for the Longhorns, so not discuss
The
that.
favorite podcast of kickers everywhere.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. Except for that McAfee show, I guess. That's probably like the one kicker one, but
Yeah.
we can still take it over. We'll go with our picks of the week. I went 0-3 again. Daddy's 0-6 for the first
Yikes.
2 weeks. This is disastrous. Arizona State bends the knee to Mississippi State. West Virginia loses. Michigan gets beat by OU by a couple possessions. Seth had Baylor, who
Nice pick.
squeaked it out in double overtime.
Yeah.
Utah State
Impressive win.
but Utah State, I think they covered by like 23 again. Like A&M,
Yeah.
A&M coming home with a little struggle on defense. It looks like they've let some points go together from Utah State and UTSA. So that's something to watch. Their offense looks decent, but their defense does not look like the same caliber so far that they have had before. Ole Miss -8.5. Who did they? Oh, they played Kentucky. Yep, I think they won by 7. Yep.
Yeah.
And then
Close.
you got Jono had Illinois -2.5, Iowa State -3.5. They won by 3, and then Kansas State to upset Mizzou. That did not happen. So now
1 and
overall
3.
overall standings. Good God, I am 0-6. Boys, we need a miracle here. Seth is going to be 2-4, not too far behind. Jono's just running away at 4-2. Okay.
Let's go.
Wait.
Score.
How am I 2-4 if I was already 1 and? Okay, never mind. Sorry.
You were 1 and
I should have
2.
three. I should have
Huh?
3 wins. I have 3 wins.
Wait.
Which ones did you hit this week?
You were 1 and 2 last week.
Are we adding these up? So then I just got 2 more wins. It'd be 3.
Well, which one? Oh wait. Oh, sorry. I was looking at the wrong one. Yeah, it's my hand up. Hand up. That's on me. We're still mid-season here. Okay, so 3-3, 0-6. Jono's going to be 3-4. 3-3. Okay. It's too early, boys. It's too early. It's been a long day.
We'll figure it out.
Some family bias in here. Y'all trying to take these wins away from me.
Listen. Again, Jono with the official first ever exact score prediction, 38-7.
Wish I was wrong.
Yeah, me too. They should have been wrong based off of that first half.
Yeah, no joke.
Other than
Dude,
that,
it's crazy.
Good.
I was just gonna say, as far as rankings go for Texas, I know we'll go into this on Thursday whenever they release the polls. But as far as the top 25 goes, dude, it was a very sloppy day across the board.
Yep.
Nobody outside of your 1 and 2, with Ohio State and Penn State both having impressive wins. Outside of that, man, LSU looked like they struggled most of the time. Georgia struggled, especially coming out of that weather delay. Clemson struggling. South Carolina struggled at times. Arizona State going down. Florida going down. I mean, it was a bizarre day in college football, man. It seemed like a lot of these teams were really sluggish yesterday.
Yeah, I remember Clemson was down 16-0 to Troy, and I was like, uh-oh. And then I guess they just turned it on and just scored 27 unanswered points. So
Yeah.
Illinois still in there. That Mississippi State game kind of shocks me. It shocked Brandon Walker. I saw his reaction. Holy smokes!
Congrats, Brandon Walker.
That was the game of the year for him. Iowa State pulling.
Can we
it
talk
off.
about the field rush and the goalposts getting carried out of the stadium?
Mississippi State.
From Mississippi State.
Bro, they can't afford that.
If you were down in the deeps like they are, you'll celebrate any chance you get, man.
Yeah, but you know how much money
I
you just
guess
cost
so.
their team?
I guess so, but I'm like, dude, you're celebrating beating a Big 12 team. It's not very SEC
What's the
of
fine
you.
now?
I think it's like a $500,000, if not more.
That was 250 for some reason, but yeah.
I was about to say something ridiculous for sure.
Either way, they
Straight out
need
of
all
the
the
NIL
NIL.
budget.
Yeah, they need all the NIL money they can get. That's not going to help them at all. Anything else you guys want to talk about? You know, we got NFL on. We appreciate you guys for joining.
Time to watch the games.
Yep, time to watch
Yeah.
some NFL games. Kick back, relax. Thank you guys for joining us again. Make sure to go to slapparelco.com. Use promo code GOT10 GOT number 10 for 10% off your purchase. Thank you, Suck Less, for being a sponsor. We appreciate you boys being here. We'll see you guys all on Thursday. Hook 'em horns.
Look at me.
Okay.